Okay, and action. And action. Welcome back to another episode of ALX Proverbs. Hey, I'm. This is chapter 20, and I'm feeling a bit reserved as I am going to discuss this chapter. This chapter is called Don't Be Shy. Most regret the chances they never took. The times we didn't get up on that stage haunts us. The girl that got away when nothing was uttered adds acid to our stomach. Opportunities are missed in hesitation and uncertainty. So don't be shy. Um, and shy is such an innocent little word, right? 3 letters, SHY. And it's just like shy. It almost seems like a cute little word. And maybe it is cute for a little petite chick who's trying to blend into the background. But when you're trying to be an entrepreneur, when you're trying to grab the life by its balls and live according to your own terms, being shy is sometimes the wrong thing to do. So I went ahead and I looked up additional 10 words that mean similar thing to shy. Reserved, modest, timid, bashful, reticent, introverted, unassuming, demure, self-effacing, self-effacing, that word, and tactful. So like at least 5 of those words seem like it has a negative connotation to it. And then let's look at some more. Synonyms for shy: timid, bashful, coy, diffident, retiring, self-conscious, self-effacing, shrinking, cautious, sharing. I'm timid, unsure, self-conscious, bashful, shrinking, meek, reserved, demure, modest. Modest is probably the best word for shy, right? Oh, I'm shy, I'm being modest. What about the other 10 words that kind of mean you ain't shit and you ain't never about shit, right? And so sometimes 90% of the times when I feel shy, I have to repeat to myself, bro, you ain't shit. The fuck? What you mean you ain't shit? Like, come on, go at least strike out. And then sometimes it like striking out is actually the wrong thing to do. So not every situation calls for a ballsy move, but most often we can definitely tell that we've been shy and we lost an opportunity and we're like, damn, I let's be more mindful about not doing that. um because this chapter kind of dives into more of a story from some female perspective, and that's kind of how I write this stuff, right? So yes, I have AI help me, but I give it motive. I give it the framework. I tell it we're talking to a 20-year-old female who's a college student and she's trying to this and this and this, right? And she's trying to become more socially active in order to make friends and spread her business. And don't be shy is one of those things. However, for a guy, that's more of a different conversation. It's more of a don't be a bitch, right? If you wanna like close mouth, don't get fed. So we have a lot more brute expressions to get to the same idea that like you snooze, you lose, pal. Um, but I guess the the root problem of being shy is, yes, we acknowledge that there are a few cute words associated with it, right? But they all kind of mean taking up small space. And for some people, for some women, that's a cool piece of identity, right? But a dude is kind of supposed to take up a little bit of space, has to have a little bit of um some dick swinging room and shit, and some ego has to fill the room up a little bit, right? Um, and I don't know how that works, but it's just how we operate. It's naturally how we're prone to do it. And so a word like shy is is worthy to be discussed, right? So this is in the man's book. Um, this ALX Proverbs is 28 chapters, and bonus two is all ways that we can sharpen ourselves up as a man. And so, um, the key point that I'm trying to get to is being shy is a selfish feeling. So if I have a message, a product, a service to offer, and I'm just shy, then A, nobody knows about my stuff, but I'm not able to confidently portray the message but carry out the service, right? And this is kind of a more an intimate problem for me because yes, I might seem like I have an ego, but people do humble me, right? People do try to humble me, and that's also has gone to my head quite a few times. I'm like, damn, okay, maybe I shouldn't be speaking so confidently in something that I lived through or have experience in or have no experience in, right? Because sometimes I bullshit. Sometimes we all bullshit. But being shy is a selfish feeling. It means I don't feel secure right now. I don't feel like spreading out my little petals so that you can look up my flower and look at my the pretty colors of what I have to offer. Or you don't get to experience my personality, or even I don't make you feel welcome, right? So if we have guests over and the host is kind of being shy, and sometimes it's rude, but sometimes we're just genuinely shy, it's like there's a lot of people. And so that is still could be considered almost a selfish feeling because I struggle with that too, right? I have a problem with saying good morning to people every day I meet them, simply because sometimes I feel shy. I smoke hella weed too, so sometimes I'm like, I don't know if they can tell. I don't know. Let me just try to sneak in through the back door and get to work. And I don't know. Some people just do anticipate that small chit chat to dissipate, like, because every day I feel like people wonder, do I have a problem today? Do we have a problem today? We're never having a problem until we like take the time to develop one. But I don't automatically just go around having problems with people. I'm just trying to, trying to very shyly trying to squeak by through this world, and then that in itself becomes considered selfish, right? How it's also relevant to me now is I'm trying to get into the spotlight a little bit because I do have a message, I do have a service, and I would like to completely change up the way I run my own life and the way I think, the way I speak, the way I behave, and what I do on a day-to-day basis. Because usually I'm a car guy, right? I have a storage unit full of tools and motorcycle projects, and I'm a car builder by day. But I said no more of that. Let me just strictly focus on writing and thinking and seeing if I can be of service creativity wise, right? So far, no. Nobody called me. Nobody's knocking on my door. Nobody needs my help. Nobody gives a shit about what I got going on. But that's also the first week I've been vocal about it, right? Before that, I was just a little author trying to discover myself, trying to be a car guy still. But it takes a little bit of a wake. If I can hack at this idea for 3 or 6 months with zero effort, okay, that's kind of admirable, right? Motherfucker's stupid enough to keep trying. Okay, somebody give him some props, give him a cookie. But if I can hack at this for a year or 5 or 10, and so far I've been kind of going at it for about 3 years. I've been planning this stuff since I was about 23 years old. And I just didn't have enough balls to be like, let me be social and try to be a marketing company. Before I was just trying to have a shop way out in the middle of nowhere, work on cars because I didn't want to deal with people. And then God is like, no, no, no. I need you to go deal with people. So I have to refine my speech, my thought, my writing, and my delivery. And my shirt kind of looks cool, right? Well, thank you for watching.